The 2014 season for the Suzuki Motogp team kicked off at the Sepang circuit in Malaysia. And this is the man who is leading the team. Davide Bravio.
Let's say that in Sepang 1 we made a lot of experience. Basically, we anticipated a little bit the new electronic introduction. So as I said, in 2014 we will have the new ECU, Magneti Marelli ECU, so we started to develop the software. The plan was to introduce this new electronic only on Sepang 2, so on Sepang test at the end of February. But because the engineers, they made, let's say, a good job, they worked very hard, so we decided to introduce this new electronic at the beginning of February during Sepang 1 testing. So, Sepang 1 was a little bit difficult because we had to fix many problems due to the new system, but we made a good experience and we collected many information. So we come here in Sepang 2 with some updating based on that information and that problem, and we are keen to continue this job. And as you know, we have 1 year time to develop this new system. So basically, the development work has started earlier than expected.
The team of development riders consist of the same 3 riders from the 2013 season. Randy de Punier, Nobuatsu Aoki, Taki Yatsuda. Conditions on the circuit are not good on this occasion, and the riders struggle to get a grip on the track surface. But new software has been developed, and many new specs have been introduced into the hardware, including the inline-4 engine, allowing the team to go through the test items steadily.
Of course, in terms of, I think, chassis and engine side, as I said, Suzuki has a lot of experience, has clever engineers, so I'm not too worried about this. I think we've of course, hard job, but we can achieve this, we can get this. This new MotoGP machine has a 4-cylinder inline, and this is something new for Suzuki in a racing, 4-stroke racing activity. But of course, Suzuki has a long experience and a long history with the 4-cylinder inline, which is used in a mass production, especially the Gsx-Rr. And I have to say that the MotoGP engine was very good, was always very reliable, we never had any problem, and we are working on the development, so I have to say that very good start with a new, let's say, racing technology. About wildcard is something that we didn't plan yet. Of course, we are thinking that maybe it would have been a good idea to do one wildcard racing before the end of the season, because if we do that, we can collect very important information on a direct race situation. But this is not decided yet, and we will think it. So we will look also how the test will go during the season, and then we will take some decision later on about wildcard racing. But I hope we can do at least one. We, as a Suzuki, we are developing our machine under factory option, under factory regulation. The electronic is one of important aspect of the production machine. Then regarding open and factory, we have to follow what will be the regulation development. We know that Dorna is now keen to go more on the open option category. So we will see, and of course if we want to participate to MotoGP, we have to follow the rules and how these rules will develop. So at the moment, because we have the possibility, we want to continue to develop our technology as much as possible. For the future, we will see how the things will go.
And finally, the biggest question that all Suzuki fans are asking.
Of course, it's a little bit complicated story, I have to say, because you need to have a good bike to stimulate a top rider to join. But without a top rider, you cannot demonstrate that you have a good bike. So it's a very complicated business. You really have to try to convince some good riders to join, and then the good rider can show the potential of the bike. But I mean, to be competitive in a MotoGP, everybody plays hard. I mean, in a good way, like try to do the best with the riders, the best with technical development, the best looking at the testing possibility, how we can improve, because many times the small details make the difference. But I think we can do. I think Suzuki can do. But sometimes the managers are too nice. It's nice to be nice, but in the sport, you need to attack if you want to win. Yeah, no, our target for next year is to get the best riders as possible. So it's not easy because, as I say before, you have to convince the rider. Probably top riders, I mean the best rider, the top 3-4 riders, I imagine they will try to stay where they are. But we will try.
Just before the end of the second Sepang test, Depunier starts his last time attack. The result is 2 minutes 1.430 seconds. He succeeds in cutting over 1 second off the Sepang 1 time. With the major issue of software development smoothly on track, the second Sepang test comes to an end. Completing the test in Sepang at the beginning of 2014, the Suzuki MotoGP team resumed tests once again with a positive feel. In this test report, we will look at the status of the team from the viewpoint of the riders, who are central to the development of the new prototype.
Since Malaysia, we use Magneti Marelli. It was a big change. And it's like we restart from zero in Malaysia, and the last day of testing was much better. The guys did a very great job, and I think we're on a good way.
The stage is set for the next test at the Circuit of the Americas, located in Austin, Texas, USA. The biggest theme for this test is to continue to build up the potential of the machine. But another important mission is collecting data for next season from this circuit, which the Suzuki team has no experience in.
Yeah, it's very technical track, you know, many corners in second, first gear. If you miss one corner, you miss the next one. It's very technical, and it's good to be here because it's one more track. It's a new track for Suzuki, but because they never test here, never race here. And it's good because I know the track, and I hope to do a great job during these 2 days, and to arrive at the good level at the end of the test. Difficult, you need to tell at somebody this, but I think I can feel the problem on the bike or the good thing very quick. I don't need many laps to feel something. I can be, if I feel good, I can be faster in a few laps. I don't need many laps. And that's it. And the worst point, maybe I need to be faster. Everybody wants to be faster. More consistent, but this year my job is to understand well the bike, to improve the bike, and sure to be fast, but the main target is to improve the bike.
Rider Nobuatsu Aoki from Japan also accompanied the team. Unlike Randy Depunier, who plays a central role in circuit tests, Aoki's main mission is the comparison of the machines at both the Ruryo R&D Center and at GP circuits. We asked Aoki about the current development issues.
Mainly, very bottom throttle connection, like below 50% throttle. Yeah, when we are testing Ruryo, it's small problem because in Ruryo we have a lot of grip on the surface, but in low mu circuit actually spin a lot. So the engineer spend to make the good software with that area mainly. I think we get big improvement because the software getting matured. I mean, converting from Mitsubishi and Marelli system, you know. Yeah, now we are in Austin, and I'm very optimistic to have the new software.
Also at Austin, the team welcomed a special guest to test ride the prototype machine. Former 500cc champion, Kevin Schwantz. Under the cooperation of US Yoshimura, Schwantz has been testing the Gsx-Rr for the Suzuki 8 Hours Endurance Road Race. If Schwantz is test riding, he's not just taking it for a spin, it's all serious. The team changed the settings and the gearbox from Depunier's specs to suit Schwantz. The living legend shows off his riding, reminding us that he still has what it takes.
It did nothing wrong.
Really?
Except I put it in the wrong places.
Okay.
But I mean, it feels unbelievable.
Engine braking, all that sort of stuff?
Never even thinking about backing in.
Yeah.
Nothing.
And it pulls back enough?
Yeah. Oh. I'm probably not even experiencing half the brakes.
Okay.
You go in, you go, oh, shit, vroom. Yeah, right. Try again.
The engineers listen attentively to the comments of Schwantz. The team fine-tunes the settings, and Schwantz is back out on the track again. It seems the legend has fully enjoyed the potential of Suzuki's prototype machine.
To get to ride the 2015 Suzuki Motogp bike was an honor, it was a treat. To me, it's an amazing motorcycle. I really enjoy riding it. I wish I could ride it more, but I need to work on my Gsx-Rr a little bit more.
Meanwhile, the tests by the development riders are proceeding smoothly. Depunier does many laps, collecting data of the circuit, which is new to the team. Many items on the test menu were conducted, including ECU setting and gear ratio selection. So, who will pilot this machine next season? That is a question that is not determined yet. But Depunier is no doubt one of the leading candidates. As we end this test report, we asked Depunier, who is currently Suzuki's main development rider, to describe the bike he is helping to develop.
This bike is the online engine, 1000cc. It's very, very compact, you know, the bike for MotoGP. The people think the MotoGP bike are big, but this one, she's very small. It's perfect for my size. And that's it, for me, the best bike in the world, because it's the prototype and you have the best suspension, the best brake, the small pieces is very nice, carbon fiber, and I think it's the dream of all the riders to ride a factory bike, and I'm really happy to ride this bike, and I really hope this bike will be very fast and will be on the podium and win some GP as soon as possible. Yeah, the level is very high. I watch all the races on the TV, and this guy was incredible. The show was fantastic, you know, and I was a little bit pissed off to be behind the TV. The team gave his best during all the weekend. I gave my best, and I'm a little bit disappointed because I really want to finish the race for everybody, for me too. That's it. But it was really important, I think, for Suzuki to come here and to see where they are exactly, and to work and a lot before next year.
Yeah, it was good. It was a very positive test. First of all, we started to know our riders, our new rider for 2015, and Alex Espargaró and Maverick Viñales. They did a good job.
Summer 2014. As the Suzuki team gears up towards the return to MotoGP in 2015, the Suzuki MotoGP machine is being developed. The new machine to be announced soon is called the Gsx-Rr. The development of this prototype machine, which embodies all of Suzuki's technology, is ongoing simultaneously at a number of departments. Usually, routine maintenance is done here at the maintenance room. At the laboratory, they are testing the durability of the engine. And this is the wind tunnel laboratory. In this facility, which resembles a portal to another dimension, wind is generated artificially to measure the air resistance factors of the machine. Although a little difficult to notice in this footage, wind is blowing at a speed of over 230 kilometers per hour from the front of the room, creating an intense wind stream in the entire chamber. The experiment is prepared by initially testing the machine only, then with the engineer on the bike. Following that, test rider Takeya Tsuda rides the bike to collect data on the development machine. First, words of advice from the engineer. Tsuda is taught a trick of maintaining a stable posture under the intense wind pressure. And the experiment starts. Despite the advice given, the movement of Tsuda's helmet is larger than the engineers measured beforehand.
ちょっとスクリーンと近いのと、あと頭の角度が、ヘルメットの角度がすごい下に今向いてた。はい。
The engineer answers Tsuda's questions straight away. Such advice is useful not only in experiments, but also in real races. Of course, it is the riders and the machines that compete in the race. But supporting them is the team and engineers and many staff members. Finally, the day arrives. November 2014, the Valencia circuit in Spain. It is exactly 3 years from the last race in the 2011 final round held here with the 4-stroke V4 Gsx-Rr. Suzuki is back on the stage at the pinnacle of motorcycle racing. First up is the wildcard race in the 2014 season finals. Riding the machine is development rider Randy de Punier. In this first race in 3 years, the race ended with de Punier retiring. But on the following Monday, the team carried out the first test for the 2015 season. This became a memorable day for the two new riders as they rode the Gsx-Rr for the first time. Aleix Espargaro. Maverick Viñales. The first ride is always important for the riders and the team. And that moment is just about to arrive. This first session will determine everything for the 2015 season for the riders. And for the team, it's the moment the result of their development is put to the test. So, how did the very first ride go? Let's begin with the young Maverick Viñales, who got 4 wins in his first year in Moto2 last season.
I can slide a lot like so much different from Moto2. The last corner is incredible. This last, I feel with Moto2 it's not, but this one I go like this. I'm sure I enjoy a lot, so I want to do more laps.
And Aleix Espargaro, who showcased his potential last year, surpassing the factory team on his open class machine, and who carries the hopes of Suzuki as the ace rider. Words from Espargaro after his first ride will no doubt carry great weight.
So I start for the biggest things I felt, okay? The first big thing is the first touch of the throttle, the power delivery is too aggressive.
Pulling back his involuntary smile, Espargaro gets down to business, giving his report on the setting. After his report, he looks relieved and mutters these words.
I like the bike. I like the bike.
So his first impression is positive.
The bike is really good. Immediately I felt good. The frame is really agile and easy to play with the bike. I felt a bit strange because this bike is a little bit more smaller than my last year one, but immediately I like a lot. I felt great with the bike and really easy to ride. So yeah, happy, and now we need to start to work to fix everything perfect.
Vinales, who expressed his joy of the first ride, did 64 laps this day, the highest among all the riders. He concentrated on getting used to the power of the Motogp machine. Espargaro also continued his laps and steadily deepened his understanding of the machine. From the first day testing, which is mainly checking the settings, Espargaro exceeded the lap time of the Punier in the final round and was able to further update his lap time on the third day of testing. Here in Valencia, the new Team Suzuki Motogp has finally taken its first step.